Travel. You're thinking golden beaches with gentle sea breezes, majestic mountains edged with ski trails, museums, ancient monuments, historical buildings, wonders of the world, right? Well, not always. There is another side, corporate travel, a world of its own, a whole separate universe connecting business professionals from everywhere and powering the global economy. Hello, my name is Kirill Stadi, I'm the Managing Director of Travel Tech at Altixsoft. And today we are starting our new series of videos devoted to the intricacies of corporate travel, shedding light on the often unseen but vital components that keep the wheels of business turning smoothly. So, grab your boarding pass, fasten your seatbelt, and let's embark on this fascinating journey together. In the mid-20th century, a surge in conventions, trade shows, and networking events fueled the need for business travel. Organizations' internal travel managers and traditional travel agencies did all the work related to booking and helping business travelers get to their destinations on time and safely. But as complexities grew over the years, so did the need for specific expertise. Other than reservation themselves, large corporations desperately needed travel programs. Changes were coming. As business travel became the second largest spend in most enterprises after salaries, someone competent had to be responsible for two main things: how thousands of employees move around the world making sure they arrive safe and sound, and how the travelers spend corporate money. A lot of money. So, this gave rise to TMCs, or travel management companies, that stepped up to offer professional assistance. Although American Express introduced corporate expense tracking in 1966 with its first corporate credit card, it took another couple of decades for real TMCs to populate the market, when the likes of CWT, BCD Travel, CTM, World Travel joined Amex in that sector. These businesses usually sprung up from traditional travel agencies. For example, CWT, or Carson Wagonlit Travel, emerged from travel agencies, one of which offered wagon leads, or sleeping cars on night trains. TMCs were a significant part for sure, but still just a part of the whole picture. The 90s and later 2000s were marked by new technology solutions that lifted corporate travel management to new heights. Today, we cannot imagine the industry without flight and hotel booking tools, expense management systems, reporting, analytics, you name it. All this tech deserves separate coverage. So if you want to hear more about Concur, Navan, Agencia, and dozens of others, stay tuned for our future videos and don't forget to subscribe. So, we have corporations, TMCs, and tech providers. But we are still missing one vital part of the equation. No travel can exist without suppliers. Airlines, hotels, car rental companies, and global distribution systems. As the new business segment emerged, suppliers were happy to serve and adapt to the market. While business travelers have plenty of unique needs, the one thing that makes them different from leisure travelers is money. They are not as price sensitive. Instead, they value punctuality and comfort. For example, business trips are roughly 12% of total US air travel, and yet they account for up to 75% of airline revenue on some routes because of business and first-class seat pricing. We have the players. How do they interact? Well, corporations must come to travel management companies. TMCs in turn employ some tech and negotiate deals with suppliers, and eventually make sure that each corporate Jack or Jane arrives at their destination safe, checks into a downtown hotel, and gets to sit through their critical business meeting. That's it, right? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. As you can imagine, Coca-Cola's, Exxon's, Ford Motors of this world are pretty much capable of negotiating direct exclusive deals with the suppliers, given the sheer number of business travelers they have. And this creates a rather intricate picture of corporations using TMCs while having their own contracted terms with the suppliers. The same goes for technology. Businesses are perfectly capable of going to the market and buying analytics and expense management software. So that all raises a serious question. Why do corporations even need TMCs when they can negotiate their own deals with suppliers and adopt existing software? The answer lies in the value-added services TMCs offer, and it is really up to a corporation to weigh this value for money against theoretical in-house travel management. Disclosure: we're not talking about smaller companies that use consumer websites to arrange their employees' travel. Yeah, it's not super convenient for travelers, as they often have to pay for the trip in advance and then get reimbursed. And it's not very effective overall, as it's hard to ensure the best prices and itinerary. But if business travel at scale is not mission critical for organization, they can do without TMCs. In our case, we are talking about large companies for which business travel is vital for their operations. And that's precisely where TMCs step in, making sure that the corporation's in-house travel program runs like a well-oiled machine. What are the services that make travel management companies worthwhile? Flexibility and disruption management are critical. Being at the right place at the right time is vital. A company probably can't tolerate an associate missing $500 million face-to-face business meeting because someone tried to save $50 on a flight, right? Or suppose a flight is delayed or cancelled, an aircraft is diverted, or any kind of disruption happens. In that case, a TMC manager must rebook the flight instantly, find alternatives, and get that business traveler to a destination. The same personalized customer service is available before and during the trip as needed, allowing the focus to be on the primary purpose, conducting business on the business trip. So add to the mix 24/7 customer support service from TMC agents. At the same time, corporations have specific rules that should be followed by everyone within the organization. TMCs can help develop and enforce travel policies, duty of care, risk management, the approval workflows for various roles, etc. As you understand, corporations cannot just allow everyone to book business or first-class flights with royal suites in 5-star hotels. It can get even more complex than that. You may have different service classes available depending on destinations, carriers, and loyalty programs. TMCs would follow those opportunities to ensure the company spends its money efficiently. Not only do companies create and enforce policies, it's also crucial to track actual travel expenses and understand the data, and TMCs specialize in this. No matter if they're using their own proprietary software or an external product, data interpretation and visualization help businesses get a granular understanding of what they're paying for and make strategic decisions. Negotiating with suppliers and maintaining relations with them is something procurement unions and corporations can do themselves for sure. Still, it's often a thing that TMCs would be taken care of, as they have a vast network of partners across both airlines and hospitality. Another valuable service of TMCs is organizing MICE tourism activities. A large chunk of business travel falls into one of these 4 types of travel: attending business meetings, receiving travel incentives to enjoy, say, team building at a luxury resort, visiting conferences and exhibitions. So TMCs can set up those events, book venues, take charge of catering, organize group travel, you name it. And of course, there may be specific industries where employee logistics are unique. Say you're a maritime freight carrier like Maersk or FCS. You have to rotate international crews for hundreds of vessels. Consequently, you must arrange flights for those crews. All of the sailors are flying from their hometown to a specific port city where they will board the vessel. And then you must bring rotated sailors back to their homes. Some TMCs specialize in niche industries, from maritime shipping to moving healthcare professionals who run medical trials. There are literally dozens of other services that a TMC can provide, like carbon footprint alignment, assistance with visas, travel insurance, payment solutions. It's really tough to capture them all, as companies could be very different. Anyway, I can tell you for sure that services provided by TMCs go way beyond booking a flight or hotel. Okay, but what about software providers that help with expense tracking, booking engines, and others? How do they fit into the big picture? One very interesting misconception I frequently observe is that while travel management companies actively develop their own software solutions, corporations don't always embrace new technology stacks. Thus, TMCs provide extensive marketplaces of partner tools and offer flexibility to align with the tech stacks owned by corporations. For example, a single corporation may have direct contracts with the specific suppliers, partner with CTM at their travel management company, and utilize its proprietary reporting risk management solutions. We will employ Concur as the company's online booking tool and expense management platform. Plus, we will add some products from our client, Cornerstone, for automation and disruption management. At first sight, this configuration may appear somewhat unconventional, but in reality, it is just tailored to fit some company's unique needs and makes totally perfect sense. At this point, I hope that we can agree that TMCs work wonders to help large businesses handle one of the most essential parts of their operations. We also highlighted that TMCs are not necessarily reselling their travel products or offering their tech solutions. And that means it's about time for another serious question. How do they actually make a living? TMCs charge service fees. They're not easy to swallow for small or medium business, but make sense for large corporations. They are still making money on commissionable rates or markups over supplier net rates. For example, a significant portion of fares is still not being contracted directly by corporations. Instead, these are TMCs themselves who negotiate deals with carriers, wholesalers, consolidators, and add their markup to the rates that they get from a supplier. Technology, consulting, and other value-added services may also produce a fee. Different companies structure these offers in their own ways, but most do provide ancillary services or add extra fees for the value they deliver on top of the core agreement. Not only does creating sales plans satisfy the egos of several of TMC's departments, it also monetizes into kickbacks and incentives from some of the suppliers. Well, it's always fun to see how businesses work in different domains. Business travel is truly massive, so we'll spend much more time in the future highlighting various aspects of it. But for now, I guess we can call it a wrap. Thank you for joining us on this journey into corporate travel and TMCs. If you found this video informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Safe travels!